Contestant number 5.
Without learning, everything is in chaos, in full decay. Thus, today, and since the unremembered past, individuals, families, societies, and states invest in the unrelenting pursuit of knowledge. The Honorable Governor Rizalina Siachon Lanete, honored guests, esteemed members of the Board of Judges, fellow educators, ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 national budget is the biggest slice of 364 billion pesos for education. Normally, 40% of family budget is for education too. Now, students would spend 13 years for basic education alone. Money, time, efforts, and life are great investments. Teachers, are we worth such investments? Unawareness of what is, what was, and what should be would offer us a glimpse of the realities in families, our country, and the world. Look at our country. There remains an obvious gap between the rich and the poor, the expert and the ignorant, the powerful and the helpless. Many of our fellow Filipinos are still wounded with destitution, suffering, pessimism, and discontent. Our government and the educational system are blamed for the prevalence of poverty, illiteracy, and other pressing problems. Thus, our government leaders should be mighty enough to address such issues. In 1599, the great educator St. Joseph Calazans underscored the importance of teachers when he wrote, "Only ignorance, poverty, idleness, lack of respect for other person's right could beget hate, opposition, and revolts. The power should not be the power of arms, but in any case, the power of science and knowledge." Our people desire unity, peace, and progress. Teachers can offer it because it is attainable through education. Former DepEd Secretary Chesley Lapus told us, "Edukasyon ang solusyon." Indeed, schools are vital nurseries for wherever knowledge is developed and communicated. There, a culture of openness, acceptance, encounter, and closeness are nurtured. Let us therefore be mindful of the real treasures of honesty, rectitude, and other values. Our identity is our integrity, uprightness, and responsibility. Let us harness our competence, leadership qualities, and professional skills to become consistently efficient and effective. Let these personal investments count in our dedication, commitment, and compassion. Fellow mentors, every minute is a new challenge. Every child is a new possibility. And every task, our accountability. Let us then be worthy not just of the government investment, precisely good salary. Let us be worthy of the great privilege of shaping the young and their future through our sustained commitment to that noble profession, teaching. As such, we should never fail to follow the great teacher, Jesus. Our task can never be equated with any monetary nor material cost. We are indispensable. The government, the parents, and other stakeholders should generously invest in us because we build the foundation of a country. A strong foundation means a strong country. We often hear, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Allow me to say, if you think teachers are expensive, try a world without priests, doctors, engineers, and other professions. Invest in us. Invest for our future. Let us make education abot kaya ng lahat. Fellow mentors, for our share, let us generously invest finances, time, efforts, and even life for our profession, for humankind, and for God. Let there be a promising future. Let there be good teachers. Invest.
Contestant number 6.
Invest in the future. Invest in teachers. Teachers are the most important people in the educative process. Teachers and their personality have the capacity to either make or break the young minds that are entrusted to their care. Therefore, the teachers hold in their hands the future of this nation. No wonder why teachers are considered as the heart of the educational problem. This allegation, no matter how hard it is for us in the field of education to accept its veracity, has an inherent truth in it. This is due to the fact that teaching is a poorly esteemed profession nowadays. Gone are those days when teachers were the hem of the public's eyes and were considered to be the most honorable people in any society. For this, teaching can no longer attract the best high school graduate. The prevalent psyche today is that if you are bright and talented, as much as possible, you should avoid being a teacher. Instead, take up law, medicine, engineering, and other high-paying profession. Whereas, if you are a mediocre student and your parents could not afford to enroll you in any courses, teaching is the easiest way for you to get a college diploma. What has really happened to the noblest profession? What did the government do to save this noble calling from the mire of misery and from its deteriorating condition? These questions are just the proverbial tip of the iceberg insofar as the horrible state of teaching in the Philippines is concerned. As expected, nobody is willing and courageous enough to accept the blame. Instead, the different sectors involved are pointing at each other's hand and upbraiding one another. However, it is easier said than done. As I have mentioned earlier, teaching has already lost its traditional glory and glamour. It is now considered a horrible, if not a disgusting profession. Teachers are now demoralized and somehow demonetized professionals. To this effect, nobody dares to accept the challenge of educating our youth. And worse, even those who are already in the field are leaving their calling as teachers to serve as domestic helpers, babysitters, and even entertainers in the foreign countries. Well, no one can blame them if they cannot be promised with a bed of roses in the portals of the teaching profession. If they have other alternatives to make more money, surely they will not dare embark on this gigantic and seemingly unwarranted task of being a teacher. Again, these words are easier said than done. I firmly believe that teachers are just like human beings, like any other professionals. They cannot teach with an empty stomach. They cannot teach effectively if their families are starving and are dying because they do not have money to buy the necessary medicine. They cannot teach efficiently and skillfully if they do not have enough money to provide and to procure the needed instructional materials. More